Everybody, I am back in the YouTube live game, and I am using a new little tripod stand that is not holding this up as well as I would like. But anyway, hey, I'm Sean Charleston Crafted. There we go, got it backwards. I am a do-it-yourself home renovation and woodworking plans blogger, and I love sharing my tutorials and videos here on YouTube. You can see last night I uploaded a brand new full-length video about how I created this beautiful right here sofa table to go behind my couch and the wall. And I like to share all of my woodworking projects and plans with everybody online. So I've been doing this for about 12 years now, making woodworking projects and selling them in various ways. So the most obvious way to make money with woodworking is obviously by selling or making and selling physical projects, but that's not all of your options. So I wanted to talk about ways to make money with woodworking, even if you, some that you may not have heard of. So there's lots of different ways you can make money with woodworking. And so we'll talk first about the most common one, which is selling physical products. So with selling physical products, there's a few different options there as well. The first is that you can create whatever you like and then try to find a buyer for it. So that means you have inspiration for a table, you have inspiration for a piece of decor, you build that, and then you try to sell it, whether it's through a shop that you own, online, in your neighborhood Facebook market, anything, at a marketplace even. There's lots of different places that you can try, or you can take custom orders. So if you want to open yourself up to people being able to order products from you that you build, and you can take custom measurements, and you can take custom dimensions, custom like wood requests, colors, all that kind of thing to suit somebody's specific needs and what they're looking for when it comes to furniture. So obviously there's two different paths there. With that, and in one of them, you are making something that you want to make and selling it, and then the other option is that you are making something that somebody is asking for you to make, and you are making it for them. So if you are taking custom orders, that's obviously a way that you can make a little bit more money because it's something that they are desiring, something that they want. So since they seeked you out, you can charge a little bit more money, especially to make it custom. You can also sell physical products online through retailers like Etsy, and generally those types of things are going to be smaller. So like I occasionally do some laser cutting woodworking projects that I can sell online, and lots of people do this. So there's like options like decor, decorations, name tags, lots of different ways to sell smaller physical products online. Generally, you just want to keep these small because this will, the bigger they are, the heavier they are, the bigger the cost for shipping. So if you want to minimize your shipping costs and the hassle with that, then you want to try to sell smaller items. Somebody, hey, I am not England or Northeastern American. I am Southeastern American. I am in Charleston, South Carolina in the United States. That's the first one. The main, most obvious way to make money with woodworking is selling physical products. So that's either making things that you want to make and selling them to someone, taking custom furniture orders and making it for them, making it for someone, or selling physical products on an online retailer like Etsy. So those are a few ways that you can physically do woodworking projects and make money from that. So the next one, and one that I actually make most of my money from when it comes to woodworking, is creating woodworking plans, digital printable PDF woodworking plans. So I've built up an audience of people who really want to make their own furniture, whether it's like something sentimental, like they just bought their first house and they want to build their dining room table or build a coffee table, or they have a kid on the way and they want to make the crib for their new baby. or something just simply functional, like you need to build kitchen cabinets for a kitchen renovation or something like that. I've done a lot of different woodworking projects over the years, and I sell the plans for those so that other people can replicate them. So the key to selling woodworking plans is to make them as replicable as possible. If you are, let's say, if you are using specialty joinery or specialty like custom hardwoods or weird size dimensions, it's hard for people to replicate your projects because they might not have access to those kinds of tools or that kind of equipment, those kinds of resources. So when I make my woodworking plans, I typically try to make it with dimensions that can be found at local home improvement stores, and I talked about that a lot in my last live video. I talked all about where to get lumber, where to find places to buy wood. So please go check that out. I'd love for you to do that. Went very in detail about what types of wood you can get at home improvement stores and other places. So I tried to make my woodworking plans so that if you are not familiar with building, you can easily go grab some boards off the shelf and then use tools that most people can have access to. So a drill, a circular saw or miter saw, or and then like pocket hole joinery, because those are more easy to replicate. So what I do is I design my projects in a program called SketchUp, and I design them in SketchUp, and then I create them, build them in person, make sure everything works right, and then I make a plan online. So I use just Canva, which is a free program online, and I design my woodworking plans with screenshots, a material list, a cut list, and I sell my plans in 2 different places. So the first one is my website, shop.charlestoncrafted.com, and I put the link to this in this description video, but I'm just going to show you here. So like on here, I have all of my woodworking project plans on my site. So this is the first page, and there's 12 pages of woodworking plans here. Let's click on a random page here too. Let's see, page 10. So, I mean, I got a side table here, cat dispenser, shoe shelf, floating shelves, squirrel picnic table, outside dining table, plant stands, a toddler workbench. So I do a lot of different types of woodworking plans, and I sell them online. I sell them mainly in 2 places: on my website, shop.charlestoncrafted.com, and on Etsy. And I have my Etsy shop link in the description as well. And all this is a great passive income stream. I don't sell them for very much. They're mostly $12.99 for a plan. And you can just buy the plan. I have it set up, buy 2, get 1 free on my site. And people can go in, they can choose the plan they want, and then they buy it, and it gets emailed to them, and it's a digital PDF that they just download onto their computer, print off, and then they can get to work. And this is a great option for making money woodworking, because I did the project, so I can make money and sell that project physically if I want to, or I mostly use it for my own home. But you can double down, make a project, sell that woodworking project, and then sell the plans for this forever. So whenever I make a plan, it lives on my site forever, and I make money on it forever. That's a great way to do it, selling it on both my website and Etsy. There's a few different ways if you want to sell a plan on a website that you can. You got to use a hosting service to actually do that. A lot of people, I use WooCommerce. Some people use Shopify. There's Gumroad. I used to sell through my email provider, ConvertKit, and I sell these plans through there all the time. So it's free money, essentially. I make it once, and then I just make money off of it forever. So it's a great way to earn a passive income. I'm sorry if you think I need some sunlight. I am a pale man, bald man of Irish descent, so I don't get out in the sun too much because I'll just get burned. So also it's October. I was I was very tan, very olive skin in the summer, but you know, it's October. So anyway, on to the next way to make money woodworking. So this is another option. If you use sunscreen, you don't get tan, dude. Is through teaching classes. So there's a couple different ways you can teach classes as well. One is online and one is in person. So if you think you might be interested in teaching woodworking classes in person in your local community, there's a few ways you could do that. You could have a shop that you own, a storefront that you invite people to for specific woodworking classes. You can also, you could do this out of your home, teaching people, inviting, having, that would be require like less people, more one-on-one, but you can definitely have people to your shop to teach them woodworking skills or like actual project builds. With those types of things, you would have to have the lumber or saws and like materials. There's insurance and stuff like that would need to be done. But you can teach classes in person. You can also teach classes online. So I'm actually just now getting into that. So be on the lookout for some woodworking classes that I'm going to be teaching online. I've filmed a couple videos. I soft launched one in a recent online summit that went well. So I'm going to be putting these out for everyone else. And there's a few ways you can do this. You can do this through like making a long YouTube video here and walking people through the steps of how to build a specific project. You can also, but you can't, the only way to monetize that is just like through YouTube monetization. You can also put your classes behind a paywall and teach your online courses through something like, we use Teachable usually. Teachable is a website that you can upload courses to that you can organize by chapters and sections, and you can teach woodworking plans there or woodworking builds to people. So you can teach, again, you could teach skills or you could teach how to build a project. So lots of people want to get into woodworking, but they don't know where to start. So before they're even ready to build a project, they will need to learn how to actually do like physical building. So whether it's how to use a saw, how to use certain jigs, how to like connect wood, different finishing methods, you never know. There's all sorts of obviously woodworking techniques and skills that need to be made before you can really build things. So you can teach those skills and you can also teach specific projects. So the thing I'm launching is I have this squirrel picnic table that back during COVID was my first like real viral moment. There was a guy in England, I think, who had a squirrel who had a little table that he attached to his fence at his house during COVID because everybody was on lockdown and he was bored. And he went viral online a little bit about how he had put this table out there and was watching the squirrels eat. So I quickly, when I saw this, went out, made a table in my shop, made plans for it, and put them up online. And I had them up for free for a long time. And I got so many email subscribers, so many video views on my social channels, all this stuff from a squirrel picnic table and how to build it. And it's also one that's very easy to make for a beginner and also does not take very long. So I used this as like the test run for my video series on teaching woodworking courses or on teaching woodworking projects. And in this video, it's only like 25 minutes long, but I walk people through step by step on how to build the project. So I'm talking how to make cuts, tips on cuts, whether you're using a power saw or a hand saw. And then I'm walking people through the joinery methods, sanding, all the process, all the steps of building a project. With these, like I said, this is a fairly small product, and it takes about 25 minutes to make. So I was able to do that for that kind of thing. If you're doing a really big project like that table I showed you, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to have like actually all the steps in a video, but you can still do that. So teaching courses physically and online is another great way for woodworking to make money. So sell physical products, sell woodworking plans online, or teach courses online or in person. And the last one is slightly different, and I'm going to call this one, I'm calling it installing accent walls. But this is another way to make money with woodworking without like building furniture. And accent walls are like, there's all sorts of ways. I mean, it could be shiplap, it can be geometric patterns on a wall. But there's so many people that want accent walls in their homes. And they might not they might not have the tools or the know-how or the wherewithal to figure out exactly how to make an accent wall for their home. So an accent wall, sorry, this area is a little bit dirty, but I'm just gonna show you, like, for instance, you can see over here, all our Halloween decorations, but I have this shiplap accent wall here around my fireplace that I did. So that's an accent wall, but there's also all sorts of geometric patterns. But installing accent walls can be a very lucrative business. So I know some people, their company, their brand is called Woodwork. It's WOOD, Woodwork, and they're based in Atlanta. And they have a business where they've expanded a little bit now, but their business really started with just installing accent walls, and they look amazing. And it's so cool that you can take, with accent walls, you can either take, again, kind of like building custom furniture, you can either offer them options, like, I'm gonna, here's some different patterns that I can put up that I've done before that would work well, or you can take a custom order and somebody can say, I want this design on this wall. And it's a great way to make money because obviously there's supply costs and everything that go into it, whether it's buying the molding, buying the trim, buying the wood, buying the paint, the caulk, the supplies, the materials, the tools, everything. Obviously there's supply costs, but a lot of that stuff can be kind of tools are kind of an initial one-time purchase, and you don't have to do those going forward. So you can sell like your custom design work without too much upfront cost each time. And you can make amazing, incredible designs that people will love in their homes forever. And again, so if you offer this service to people, if you come up with a design and it's something a little easier, you might be not as able to charge as much. But if you take somebody's like custom request, their custom design, especially if it's more intricate, you can charge more for that, both for materials and labor costs. But installing accent walls is a little bit different from building furniture, but it still falls into that woodworking category, and you can make it as a full custom business. So the four main ways to make woodworking that I'm touching on here are selling physical products, whether in person or smaller ones online. That was just one. Number two, selling woodworking plans, digital printable PDF woodworking plans that you can sell on your website or a place like Etsy. Teaching woodworking classes, either in person or online, and installing accent walls. So woodworking started out as a hobby for me, and it starts out as a hobby for a lot of people, but you can certainly turn it into a business. It is a big part of my business now and is something that I love to do. It's very cool to put together a custom piece of furniture, make a custom accent wall, and then create plans for it that people can use forever. So I'm very proud of my woodworking plans business and all the people that see that. So if you're a hobbyist woodworker and you are interested in starting to make money with woodworking, those are some great options to start with. I would love to hear if you have any other ideas. Throw them in the comments, throw them in the chats if you have other ideas for making money woodworking. Otherwise, please check out the description for this video, and you can see my woodworking plans page on my website and on my Etsy shop. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope you go make some money.